Welcome to the Produce Industry Podcast Global Fresh Series, your audio source for international produce markets, trends, market reports, and community discussion. Join us somewhere in the world as we cover all aspects of the international produce and supply chain industry. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, Juanita Gallio.
Welcome, bienvenue, and in many different languages, fresh produce aficionados, you have just landed at the weekly Fresh Produce Podcast, the Global Fresh Series. I'm your host, Juanita Gallio, coming to you from Long Beach, California. We're not too far from me. The FIFA World Cup 2026 soccer games are taking place, and that is truly international. Stay with me as we take another weekly journey beyond the headlines to explore the real stories shaping the future of fresh. From sustainability and regenerative agriculture to trade, technology, and shifting consumer demand. But today, wow, we would be remiss not to recognize the biggest world event happening, the World Cup. Wake up, all you fresh produce B2B listeners out there. You are missing an unbelievable opportunity to promote your products. With 6 million captivated visitors to North America alone from continents far and wide, I have not seen one World Cup promotion. And furthermore, this is the best time with all the summer fruit available. I am a huge soccer fan from living in Europe and getting swept up into the frenzy. You can't help but notice this event bringing together teams from throughout the world. There is a real team spirit from the fans at the event and all the watch parties. Who has been watching these games? My favorite this past weekend was the Netherlands versus Japan game. Wow. Did you see the orange double-decker bus that they take with them? The Dutch transport that bus to all of their games. I mean, it was put on they showed how it was put on a bus in Rotterdam, arriving in Galveston, Texas, and as it rolled off the bus, there were 20,000 Dutch fans in Dallas behind this bus to the stadium. We got to get that bus filled with some fresh produce with that kind of captivative audience. Because what do avocados, mangoes, berries, potatoes, and soccer have in common? In 2026, they are all competing for the attention of billions of consumers during the FIFA World Cup. It is the largest sporting event on the planet. As fans gather from Los Angeles to Mexico City, from Toronto to New York, fresh produce marketeers are preparing for their own global competition, winning a place on consumers' tables during the biggest celebration of food, culture, and sport. Yes, welcome to the Global Fresh Series podcast, where each episode we take you inside the trends, the challenges, and the opportunities defining global fresh produce as we take you to the World Cup opportunities with fresh produce. This event could do what Super Bowl does with guacamole to all fresh produce items, because the FIFA World Cup is expected to attract more than 6 million visitors across North America and engage billions of viewers worldwide. It was already stated, I think something like maybe 9 million viewers are of Hispanic. That was a metric that was just broadcast recently that I heard. While most people focus on the matches, businesses see something else. It's a once-in-a-generation marketing opportunity. For the fresh produce industry, the World Cup arrives at the perfect time. Summer produce is here. It's at its peak. Families are hosting outdoor watch parties. Restaurants are creating special menus. Retailers are looking for ways to connect with consumers through culturally relevant promotions. The result? Fresh produce becomes part of the fan experience. And think about it. This is a huge opportunity to get the fresh produce community to score a goal. Whether it's guacamole during a Mexico match, fruit platters during a family viewing party, or what about warm or cold asparagus, watermelon, artichokes, or fresh ingredients used by restaurants serving international visitors, produce helps bring the world's cultures together. And speaking of guacamole, here we go with our first commercial from our Avocados from Colombia sponsor. Let's take a quick break to hear from them.
They say no two raindrops are the same. But here in Colombia, every drop carries more. Born in the Andes, heavy with stories, carving mountains, not just watering them. Because in Colombia, rain isn't a nuisance. It's sacred. It teaches patience and resilience. That's why our avocados aren't just grown. They're nurtured on volcanic slopes that touch the clouds. Creamy like butter, velvety like a dream. Handled with care, ready for the journey. Because here, the land doesn't just grow avocados. It raises them, hands that know this soil like family. They don't just taste good, they taste like pride. The pride of generations who live this land. So when you are shopping for avocados, don't just look for ripeness. Look for story. Look for spirit. Look for Colombia, raised by Colombia.
Welcome back, fresh produce aficionados. Let's recognize another one of our first-class sponsors, Peak of the Market. They are a true leader whose commitment to community involvement sets the gold standard for excellence. Make sure to check out their quality potatoes that are the gold standard for potatoes, Peak of the Market. And by the way, potatoes are huge at the World Cup. They had a good bump due to fries, French fries. So much like a World Cup team, Fresh Produce relies on international collaboration. The 2026 tournament will feature nations from every continent. Coincidentally, many of those same countries are key suppliers to the global produce industry. Colombia, as we just heard, ships avocados. Mexico supplies tomatoes, peppers, and mangoes. Peru, the Peru team, exports blueberries and grapes. Chile, cherries and citrus. South Africa supplies citrus. Morocco exports berries. And the United States and Canada produce everything from potatoes to apples. So the World Cup provides a unique opportunity to tell the story behind these products and the people who grow them. Where are these products during the World Cup? Every piece of fruit has its own passport. If soccer nations compete for trophies, produce brands compete for consumers' attentions. We're looking for retail display contests, social media campaigns, influencer partnerships, consumer sweepstakes, soccer-themed packaging. Commodity boards and produce marketers are already investing in promotion that connect healthy eating with one of the world's most beloved sports. And unlike traditional sponsorships that can cost millions of dollars, produce organizations can activate locally through retailers and community events, creating meaningful engagements with shoppers. What about local watch parties? The goal isn't just selling more produce, it's creating soccer moments, FIFA World Cup moments. So let's give you a chance to chew on some kale while we cut to our next commercial from our other fabulous sponsor, AgriFresh.
We know it's not easy getting your apples to peak quality and keeping them there on that long journey to retail and beyond. So AgroFresh is here with the integrated solutions to help you meet those challenges. We're in the orchard, where Harvista helps control ripening to boost quality and yield and simplify your harvest time. In storage, our SmartFresh technology secures that fresh-picked quality to maintain it all the way to the consumer's home. We're in the pack house too, with advanced solutions like Control Tech for handling coatings, fungicides, and a lot more. During shipping, you can even deploy SmartFresh Smart Tabs in containers, or right in the box with SmartFresh Inbox. Through it all, our FreshCloud digital platform gives you real-time quality insights, keeping you in control, right up to retail. With AgroFresh, it all works together and goes with you all the way. Get it going now at agrofresh.com.
AgriFresh is a global leader in post-harvest innovation, where science drives the development of technologies that help fresh produce stay fresher longer. Through its portfolio of pre- and post-harvest solutions, AgriFresh partners with growers and packers by improving quality, extending shelf life, and optimizing supply chains. AgroFresh helps reduce food waste and promote a more efficient and responsible fresh produce industry worldwide. Science, solutions, sustainability. That is AgroFresh. Well, welcome back to the Global Fresh series. I am glad to have you here today to talk about the World Cup and fresh produce opportunities. And for those of you just joining us, welcome, a huge welcome. I also would like to recognize and thank all of our fabulous sponsors who keep our shows nurtured and growing. They've planted the seeds for us. One of the most powerful aspects of the World Cup is its ability to bring people together. We've seen that in the stadiums and the pre-parties, the watch parties. Food does the same thing. When fans gather to watch Argentina, England, Colombia, Mexico, Brazil, or the United States, they're often sharing food connected to their culture. Fresh produce sits at the center of many of these traditions. As the 2026 FIFA World Cup continues, the fresh produce industry has an unprecedented opportunity to step into the global stage. Because every great match is a gathering of family and friends. Behind every gathering is food. And behind that food are the growers, marketers, retailers, and innovators who make fresh produce available to the world. In many ways, the produce industry and the World Cup share the same mission: connecting people across borders, cultures, and communities. And that's a goal worth cheering for. The World Cup offers a chance for the produce industry to celebrate diversity, promote healthy lifestyles, and highlight the farmers who nourish communities around the world. Now that I have presented this incredible opportunity to serve to you on a silver platter, what is the fresh produce community doing to capitalize on this? Nada, nothing. As the largest World Cup in history with 48 teams, 104 matches, millions of visitors, hosted in 3 countries, lasting for 6 weeks, it presents a much wider opportunity than the Super Bowl, which is a one-time event and brings in primarily a U.S. crowd. The only commodity board who has taken advantage of this opportunity is the National Mango Board. They have had the most visible produce organization tied to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, involving retail display contests for supermarkets, consumer sweepstakes, soccer-themed prizes including jerseys, soccer balls, TVs, gaming consoles, and World Cup experiences, targeting consumers in U.S. host cities and at retail nationwide. This is the first major commodity board World Cup campaign I've seen publicies announce. Wake up, the rest of you. Where is the California Table Grape Commission, Washington Apples and Cherry Commodity Boards, the Watermelon Boards, asparagus, artichokes, berries? Nature Ripe has just launched a new product, Berry Butter Buddies. What are they doing to get this product into the hands of World Cup attendees? Dole just launched a new product with their pineapples. Are we really that short-sighted? We have a few years to plan for this event. Where is IFPA linking the fresh companies with the FIFA? Are we really sleeping on the job? This is a truly missed opportunity that only comes around every 4 years and reaches people from every continent. So that is my fruit for thought today versus food for thought. I would love to hear from many of you as to why no one has really moved on this incredible opportunity. I mean, you've got a captive audience. It's the largest World Cup ever, involving numbers of people here from all over the world. And the only commodity board that got involved was the Mango Board. We can do better than this, folks. Why don't we get some creative minds together, and we will have another chance 4 years from now. So this is a reminder. Don't miss these opportunities, because every fresh produce person and vegetable is a grower, a journey, and a global story. Stay fresh, stay inspired. We'll meet again next week on the Global Fresh series. I'd love to hear your comments, if you have any, as to why the fresh produce community, who is begging to increase consumption, just really didn't do much. I mean, they need to score a goal. So as we say here at the Produce Industry Podcast, we will see you somewhere in the world, in the aisles of the many busy trade shows, maybe at one of the World Cup watch parties, in the orchards, and on the horizon.
You've been listening to the Produce Industry Podcast Global Fresh Series with Juanita Gallo. Be sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify and Amazon to get new fresh episodes. For more, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Produce Industry Podcast. Until next time, see you in the fields or